What's the value of diversity to the industry?
That's a great question, and it's a question I'm often asked. And so what I say is, what's the value of sameness? And that's how I respond back. Because no one can answer that. No one wants to and has an answer for what sameness has done for your business. When the industry is constricting, because there's other companies that are providing more creative solutions because they're infusing equity and diversity in the hiring process and bringing in great minds and doing it in a way that is equitable. That's how you answer that. So I think when we talk about the business case for diversity, I think back on one of the sort of greatest quotes I've heard from our client Ken Frazier from Merck. He said, I'm often asked what the business case of diversity is because, of course, he is an African-American CEO of a large company. And his response is, make the business case of sameness for me. And he said that in many rooms, and it always gets people because you really find it hard and you struggle to think of the things that come out of being the same. If you have the same ideas, the same people, the same thought process, your company can do well, but it won't evolve. And so when you think about having different voices and people from different backgrounds that can dissent, that can make you uncomfortable, out of that discomfort, out of that dissent, out of that conversation comes really beautiful ideas. And we've seen it time and time again. So I'm thankful for sort of framing it that way because I think it makes it easy for people to understand the importance of the business case. And, the conversation in Cannes used to reside sort of off to the sides and on the sideline, and now it's being brought to the center. And I think because of that, we're going to have many more conversations and many more changes, not only within the agency world, but also the marketing world, which I'm super excited about.
What about mentoring? And that was important in your life. How do you see sort of inspiring young people of diverse backgrounds to be involved?
Yeah, I mean, mentoring for me has been, it's been so important. But I look at myself as a coach because mentoring, there's a little bit of intensity there. And sometimes it can be one-sided, and particularly when in the industry we're looking at power dynamics. Sometimes when you're a mentor, you're giving, giving, giving. But I'm a coach, and what I do expect is those people that I coach are also coaching me. And so I stay sort of on top of things because I'm not just providing, responsibilities and answers to things that I've overcome so they can, jump over the landmines that maybe I stepped on in my career. But I think coaching is really important because every culture and every agency is different. So Omnicom has a culture, our networks have a culture, our colleagues and our competitors have different cultures. And so it's providing sort of a blueprint so these young people can follow it, and then maybe they'll get to their destination faster than I did. So I think people sometimes are afraid to be a coach or a mentor, but right now we need it more than ever because if you can't see it, you can't be it. And so aligning yourself with someone who has been through this journey called advertising and is somewhat surviving is important for young people to connect themselves to. And they're also doing a lot of peer mentoring. So peer mentoring or peer coaching is also important. That's how I've really worked on my career and have come to where I'm at because I also do a lot of peer mentoring in terms of people who are at the same level as me, same age, and we work out problems amongst each other in order to be more successful in the office. And that's been really, really meaningful and impactful to me.
So you have a big presentation on the main stage at Cannes coming up pretty soon. I know that's exciting. Tell me about Cannes. You've been there, of course, and
just once.
And what you hope that comes out of your participation this year with your client and just being there to be there.
Well, I'm super excited. I mean, I have a big presentation with Antonio Lucio from HP as well as Thandie Newton and Edward Enninful from British Vogue. And what I'm excited is that we each cover something: fashion, entertainment, advertising, and of course marketing. And it's exciting to be in the Lumiere, in the big theater, because I think about so long ago. Actually, it was 2017 when I first came to Cannes, and I was talking about diversity on a beachside panel, and I thought, this is a topic that needs to be in the Palais. Like, I literally willed it into existence. I was like, it is not a beachside conversation. Like, it needs to be on the big stage. And the way that we're presenting it with metrics and stats and, you know, case studies on success, business case studies, I think is going to have a really, hopefully, cross fingers, big impact on people who, when they ask the question, what's the business case for diversity, now have something to point to. So I'm excited.